the first episode. Check out the studio, right? First episode is going to be about mobile gaming. Boom. What is that? That's the backbone controller. Put you up on game, let you know the pluses and minuses, the specs, and if it was worth the money or not. So, if you want to get down to business, let's jump right in it right after this part. And hopefully I did a good job on the intro. It's my first episode, okay? So bear with me. I'm gonna make some mistakes, but hopefully we'll grow this thing. So let's get down to business. You wanna play video games. More specifically, you wanna play video games on your phone. More specifically than that, you wanna play video games on your iPhone. Well, I got a little story. I was playing more mobile games on my Galaxy, and it made me do a thing where I went and took one of my old controllers and converted it into this. Okay? This is a PlayStation 4 controller. It's a DualShock controller. Has to be a PlayStation 4 DualShock controller as far as I know. That's what I was told. That's what I went with. That's works. Other than that, it can be an Xbox controller, but there's a stipulation with how the Xbox controller has to connect, and that would be the Xbox One. And depending on if the game had controller support or if I got a third-party app, I could map the controller to the video games. I played Call of Duty, and it was fun. The down part is this thing, I had to Frankenstein this together a little bit. It was dope, but it's kind of hard to travel with because then you gotta like untwist the position, and then the weight of this thing kind of just always makes you do one of these numbers. So then it got me into looking into, hey, why don't I find a controller that goes to my brand new iPhone 12 Pro Max? And then I saw this. So what we're gonna do is run down the specs. This is what's on the back of the box. Capture video game clips with the screenshot button, collapsible design, 3.5mm head jack, play games with controller support, low latency connection, pass through for charge and audio. Unfortunately, it is only for iPhone, but here's the box. That's what it looks like. They kind of actually put some money up for this because I don't know if you can see that reflective wording. It just says play solo, play with friends, play with your arch enemies, play with grandma, play with your brothers, play with your boss, play with your neighbor, play with your crush, play with your long something else because it cut off. That's weird. Play with your long. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I didn't make that up. Anyway, it's not important. What's important is what's in this black box. It's actually a pretty sturdy black box too. There you go. You got the emblem on there. Oh, it's $100. No matter where you go, unless you're getting it used, it's $100. It's $100. The Kishi is $100. So, I mean, if you're really into it, go for it. This used from GameStop was like $30. This was like $4. This was like maybe the little arm in the original one that held the smaller phone, probably like $11. Do this whole little, maybe I should put in some Zelda sound effects somewhere in this. Boom, this is what's in it for $100. This is all that's in there. Little card that shows you how to line up your phone. There we go. Either way, it's self-explanatory. It's not important. Nice box though. Nice little, it's, you know. So then we get rid of that. And now we're down to this. Okay? Here we go. So now, you got your joysticks, right? Your D-pad, your A, B, X, Y, up, down, select, all that good joint. You've got these couple of buttons on the front. This one right here, make sure that gets in there. That one right there. That one actually goes to their app. This is gonna be your menu, and that's gonna be your screen capture right in there. Boom. And then that's going to be more like an option, sideline option. It has a couple of different functions once you get into the game. You will take your iPhone, boop, and actually you see right in there, it's going to plug into the bottom there, and then this actually has no power to it till it's connected to your phone. This little orange guy right in there that we talked about earlier, that's going to light up when it connects. And honestly, I don't like to do that. Oh, it feels good to the touch and all that. I know guys do that and that's all great, but it does legit feel good to kind of have that when it goes into the bottom. There's like almost like a click that happens when you light it up. All right, here we go. And that little light will light up. Boom. You're connected. And you'll see in the instructions, follow the instructions, go get the app. But you get the app, it's easy setup, okay? It's straightforward. They're gonna make you make a profile for Backbone because Backbone has its own community. And when you hit that Backbone button, it will automatically take you into the games. Boom, Backbone button. Looks something like this. In the menu, you've got your games, what's new, trending highlights, recent highlights, trending games. This only works on games with controller support. So don't get it and spend $100 like this thing doesn't work. Mine's is linked to my Apple iCloud whatever thing, and that's how my gaming profile is set up for Apple. So it automatically just signs me in to the games like normal. But when you first start, you pick the game you want to play using your fingers, okay? And then once you get the game started, you push the Backbone button and it jumps back to this screen and it will have that game loaded up. And if there is controller support, it will connect itself. So when you play the game, you're in there. You don't really have to do much. Every now and again, I have found that some games will lose the connection a little bit, but as soon as you go hit the Backbone button and it goes back into the app and you jump back for it, everything is taken care of. I've played Apple Arcade games on here. I've played a couple of third parties and you know, independents. Of course, I played Call of Duty. It was fun. It was cool. The pros. It's got an easy setup. It has auto configuration for most games. You don't have to do a whole lot of mapping, okay? You go, you start your game, you hit the Backbone button, it jumps right back into the Backbone app. If the game is controller supported, that's the key part, then Backbone will, hey, I got the information to hook it up, we're good to go. You'll even see on like Call of Duty and Brawlhalla, you'll see where the buttons actually start to line up with the buttons on the D-pad and Joy-Con and such. One of the other things besides the easy setup, it's a nice presentation. I mean, it doesn't feel like your Xbox or PlayStation controller. It feels a little cheaper than that, but it doesn't feel like it's trash. So a part of the setup is how easy it goes into this cradle, and the thing is, it doesn't really come out as easy as it goes in. That arm that I had kind of held on with these clamps and stuff, they held on pretty good. You know, it did its job for the money, so I was kind of like, geez. But with this thing, you almost have to pop it back out. That same click, it almost has to pop back out. I would be more concerned about grabbing it and not grabbing it correctly, or grabbing it kind of weird, not ready for that pop to happen, and it shot out of my hand and like kind of across the room. The Backbone community in the app is actually a plus, because if you have other people who have a Backbone, you guys get together, you guys can do screen captures, you guys can do you know, photos and stuff of your highlights, and you can post them onto the Backbone community. You guys can do gaming parties. Now, the cons. There are a few, and I generally like this thing, but there are a few cons. My first con would probably have to be this. I have a nice $50, you know, case, and this is the Apple one, okay? It's not a big case at all. It's actually a slim fitting case, but this is $1,000 phone, over $1,000. I don't want to have to take it out of the case in order to put it inside of here. Now, if I had, you know, some kind of ridiculous huge Bulkmaster case that makes it feel like a brick on your side or whatever, or in your pocket, I got you. But this case is slim, okay? It literally is almost the exact same size as the phone. If there was just a little more leeway so that I could have some kind of protection from a slim case, in here, because the thing is, it is plastic, okay? There's no grip on the back of here. I'm sure I could find some and put some on there. With that being said, you're gaming, people's hands get sweaty. You're doing a bunch of this, and then you drop the whole controller. You have a great chance of catching it. Should you be gaming somewhere on the go? Well, that's kind of the point. As much as you could say, hey, you know, you should be somewhere secure where your phone can't hit the floor. Well, that's kind of the whole point of mobile gaming and having cases and stuff, because I should be able to be on the go. Another con, and I know I didn't talk about this much, but we'll hit it now. So right in there, that's a pass-through charge port. Great idea. Dust cover. Because things get in there and they suck to get out. Dust cover. Something simple. Nothing major. Doesn't take away from anything. Maybe grips on the back to help if you're gonna make me take my case off. A little more leeway and a little more space so I can keep a slim case on, because controllers drop, phones drop, okay? And now I've got my naked iPhone playing the best game of my life, and my hands get sweaty and I drop it, and yeah, my backbone controller, not only is that probably banged up and scratched up, but my iPhone, which cost 10 times the cost of this, is now scratched and dented, and I don't care how much protective glass and whatever, you're not gonna get away clean, okay? You got a better chance out of the case, and it's still, you're not gonna get away clean. So why risk it when we could just add more space, okay? I feel like the other thing that I have to talk about is I have long fingers. The positioning, because of how crunched down this is, let me see. I actually make the mistake when I'm playing the games of resting this part of my thumb right here on the D-pad, and I'm able to touch the buttons up here and move at the same time, but it's weird because that's just a weird place to put it. So I'm still able to click around and do this, but my finger is actually resting on top of this part right here. You're always kind of sliding over that, or it's in a weird spot, because this is a weird spot for a controller toggle. I'm one of those weirdos that do this, okay? I don't do this. That's just insanity. That's a psychopath, a sociopath. Get out of the house. So maybe a little more to these sides, just a little bit more, so that this could get out of this spot, because this is actually really weird. And I don't have my Xbox. I know it's there on Xbox, but Xbox is a beefier controller, so I'm kind of more up here. I'm not with my thumb resting in this crease. It's weird. Just don't do it. Just move it. It's okay. Also, yeah, there used to be more space, and there is more space on other controllers. So when I first started playing, and it was an adjustment, but you see that? Now you see all this travel right here? Yeah. So now we get, boom, something like that. Which case, it's just a preference thing, but I need a little more on these bumpers, because like I'm like really riding the edge down here, if you guys can see that comfortably. Other than that, I make the mistake of hitting both buttons at the same time. Bigger triggers. The last thing that I would have to complain about, make it for Android. I understand you guys just started. I understand you guys were a GoFundMe at some point, but make it for Android. Let them join in. Let everybody play. It's a good product. I most definitely do not regret spending the $100. I'm having fun with it. I actually play more mobile gaming because of it. I will add in my gamer tag somewhere down here, and if you're on mobile and you find me, I'll play. This is the first video though, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hopefully you go out and find yourself a backbone controller so we can play. I'm supposed to do shameless plugs like BM Photo Company. That's where my photos are. If you didn't know, I do photography too now. So buy a photo. They're nice. They're affordable. Check them out. Instagram, BM Photo Company. If you're seeing this, you either follow me on Facebook or Instagram, or possibly even Twitter. I might go back to Twitter. I heard that's where it's popping at. You're most definitely on YouTube. Like I said, I'll put all that stuff in my boxes somewhere in this little thing here. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I answered all your questions. Ask me questions in the comments. Also, send me questions of things I didn't ask that you wish I would have, because I want to include that I'm trying to grow this channel, trying to grow this segment. And I'm trying to do a service for people who like me, who watch these things just so they can figure out if they want to buy or not. So So I need for you guys to just give me suggestions on questions I should ask or answer, or find out as we travel through these different products. This channel will probably evolve into all kind of different lifestyle stuff. So we're not gonna box ourselves in. We're just gonna enjoy each other. All right. Thanks for watching again. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.